We are live. Welcome back to the James McGee Show. I am your host. I am James McGee, and we have Tommy Wells and Jason Kiefer for one more. And I'm out of here. He just had his show. If you watched, it was a good show. We're gonna cover a few of the same things, but we have some other stuff lined up too. Thank y'all for being here. Tommy's got his guest.
My co-host here always pops in.
I'm the co-host as usual. So, as tradition, let's talk about what we are drinking. So, Tommy, what you drinking?
I am having it as a little toast to the city of Cincinnati, which really needs a drink right now. I'm having a drink of what's called Camp Dennison Double Oaked. My daughter gave this to me as a Father's Day present. It's a reserve, very smooth, very very good. Thank you, Mayana. I appreciate that. And cheers to you guys. A little bottoms up. But Cincinnati needs a drink, so that's why I'm drinking a local whiskey tonight.
That's a fact.
It's we'll talk about that a little bit too.
Sorry.
I saw some stuff on y'all's show tonight, Jason, that I didn't realize when y'all showed the video. But I'm assuming you're drinking Miller Lite as usual.
It's the vintage Miller Lite. It's a vintage age. Tastes lovely.
So I am non-alcoholic for August because I am strict carnivore for the month of August. On day 12 is going well, so I am drinking Jocko Milk protein drink. So cheers to y'all on that. It will be September until I have a real drink with y'all. But okay, so let's dive into this.
Hey, I'm gonna put the description for my show because I want to try to stream this.
I'll wait for you. Yeah, I'd love to.
But I'm gonna put covering all things bullshit.
Sounds good to me.
You okay with that? All right.
I'm very much okay with that. Why wouldn't I be? I mean, it's the truth.
And that way it goes to both pages. Perfect.
Yeah. Sounds good. So
we'll see what happens.
We're gonna start with with video. Let's see. Hey, what y'all think of my thumbnail?
Dude, I liked it. I wasn't sure if AI did it or if you like did it via Canva. Canva is not something I've been able to like completely capture.
Well, at least I'm not the only one. Why would you use Canva? I typed in one sentence and it created that. I'm like, how the fuck?
Beautiful.
It's
I love it.
So I'm gonna do a thumbnail like you do, Jason. I'm gonna do a thumbnail every week. So
yeah, absolutely. And I'll send you the link that I use for ours. That way you can compare the two. But yeah, I type something in. Give me a thumbnail regarding this, and then it gives me three options. I'm like, shit.
Now I had to try it a few times because it didn't like it kind of because it was. When I put Trump's name in there, so they're a little liberal.
Well, you're probably like this fucking idiot. It probably
yeah. They're you gotta dance around it a little bit, but it was absolutely perfect. So, all right, let's do this video.
I've been up here a lot. I've never seen a crowd like this. I think we need a ballroom. And that's happening. It's going to be a beautiful ballroom. This is really a lot of people, most I've ever seen in this room. And we're here for a very serious purpose, Something's out of control, but we're going to put it in control very quickly like we did on the southern border. I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the DC Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control. And you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening. They've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly.
Okay, so I'll start with the opinion, if y'all don't mind.
Yeah.
I think this is the absolute most gangster thing that Donald Trump has fucking done. And I am hold on. Here we go. I told y'all I'm not that. All right. I don't know if y'all can hear that. That is absolutely the most gangster thing that man has done. And I am fired up. And I know Tom, being a police chief, there are some concerns with federalization, but what I'm fired up about is the man. He never ceases to amaze us, and just surprise us. I think the best part of it, the power vested in me, like he was doing your fucking wedding or something,
Yeah.
But I think it's a great thing, and DC is different. Some people he's going to start doing this all over the country. Well, he can't. DC is different. Oracle 2 explains what DC, the powers that he has. But this does send a message that he's not just going to stand around, because there's a way. Even though he can't do it legally as easy as he can in DC, there are ways around it if the need is there. Our country is being torn down by liberal leadership, lack of leadership. You can't call these people leaders. Our country is being torn down by them, and he has the fucking balls. Look at the way he walked in that room. If that wasn't the epitome example of big dick energy, that man walked in and slung his dangling around and just said, "We're not doing this anymore." And I think it's like I said, Tom, you being a police chief, you should have concerns of federal government, but when it's Trump, it's just different to me.
Yeah.
What his intent is, because we're conservative. If your city was out of control, you would welcome that.
Yeah. I love the swagger. I mean, it's just like this total calm, cool confidence. Like, here's what we're doing today. And like you said, it's just like every day I turn on the TV thinking, what is it going to be today? I can't even keep up. I mean, it's unbelievable. It truly is.
Well, that's like with Joe. When I text Joe what we're going to talk about, like Joe said, unless he does something else today,
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and when you have, when you have these people saying, well, he can't do that. Do you not think, as a normal-minded person that has a brain, that he doesn't have people that say, yeah, you can do this, and go ahead. If that's what you want to do, you have the ability. They're not telling him do it, but they're just saying you have the ability to if you want to.
Yeah.
And he's being guided right. But what he loves and what we've all have seen is that he has the ability. I don't even think on this one it's even riding the line. He's not even riding the line. It's pretty clear he can do it. But he loves to ride the line. He's going to test it. That's how he gets shit done. He loves those controversial ones. And is it unconventional? Yes. But conventional got us here.
Right.
Exactly.
So why the fuck? That's it's just like with this fucking. Well, it's a whole different topic, I guess, but it's kind of the same. John Bolton. I went off on him yesterday on TikTok. This fucking clown, about the meeting with Putin Friday and having him come to U.S. soil. Why is he expected to keep following the norm because it's protocol when fucking protocol has not worked.
Right.
This protocol got us here. So at least he has somebody with the vision and the balls to do something different.
Let me throw this at you. Did you know that there is an arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin because of war crimes? And he won't leave Russia because of it. And I'm sitting here thinking, would that be the shit if he came to Alaska? They were like, just kidding, you're under arrest.
Yeah, that would be funny until
I would absolutely. I mean, the only thing that could top that is if that thing out in space is actually aliens. You know that thing that's been in the news lately, how they think there's aliens coming to attack us. That Harvard guy says that.
Yeah.
I kind of hope it does happen, because if that happened in my lifetime, there's nothing that could top it. Even Donald Trump couldn't top that. Of course, Donald Trump would probably negotiate that with them and do some, save our lives. It'd be incredible.
Let me ask you, Tom, as a former police chief, retired police chief. I hate saying former.
That's okay.
Retired police chief. If you didn't have a grasp on where you worked, I don't like to say like where anybody worked or whatever, but
yeah,
right.
If you didn't have a grasp on where you worked, and all of a sudden somebody like way high up said, you know what, we're going to handle it. What's that make you feel like?
Well, if I was in the DC police chief's shoes, I'd feel like a complete failure. I think the way I do business, I'd probably be like, hey, come on down. Let's do it. Let's put our resources together and get this done. And I don't think I'd ever be in a position where I would be embarrassed to have that happen.
But you wouldn't back down. The way she backed down was
correct.
Literally like, oh, well, here's the mayor.
Yeah.
And the mayor's pissed. Obviously the mayor's pissed, but
sure.
That DC police chief.
Well, we don't know what's going on behind Jason. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes with her and the mayor either. The mayor might have slapped the shit out of her and said, "Hey, how the fuck did you get us here?"
Yeah.
And I brought it up. I brought it up in our podcast earlier. Dan's son lived there. He lived there for 3 years, 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
Really?
Every time I talked to him, he was like, dude, it is a fucking cesspool of shit.
It is. No, it is.
So he graduated college. He went through. He got his degree. He was in cybersecurity for a little bit in DC.
Okay.
And was afraid to fucking walk out of his fucking apartment.
Yeah. If you leave the tourist areas in DC, it's no man's land.
And my niece, and I said this on our podcast, my niece lives there. She works on Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, do you feel safe? She was like, I mean, depending on where I go, yeah. I'm like, that's not for Uncle Jason. That's not a good enough answer. Like,
yeah, that's You're not selling me.
You're not really reassuring Uncle Jason.
But she's she's pursuing a political career, and she is excelling. She's doing very, very well. But
good for her.
She's like, yeah, it's whatever. I'm like, no, it's not whatever. It's get the shit fucking figured out.
Yeah.
So, the liberals, of course, and I'm going to show another video in a minute with these ass clowns from the public, the citizens there. Tom, that there are ways, if you want to, there are ways to manipulate crime stats. You can get them in your favor. I've seen it done. I know how
sure.
they do it.
It's happening here.
Yeah, of course it's happening. There's definitely happening with y'all, Jason. But I used to go to DC, since being a National Academy graduate, and we had somebody attend every year, and I got to go for Louisiana night, and I got to go for graduation. So almost every year I was in DC, and I was just there for the inauguration in January. And I don't really care about the numbers. I'm a stat guy in some instances, but not when it comes to crime stats, because I know they can be manipulated. I'm going to get the feel, and I've been to DC enough in the past 20 years. It's different. It's fucking different because, the metro, you can get I don't need crime stats. I can tell by the atmosphere of the metro, it's just different. I didn't feel near as safe on that metro or in the metro station. I can't describe it. All I can say it was just different. So absolutely, there is a problem, and it is our nation's capital. And like Trump said in one of his interviews was, if I walked, I think it was Trump that said that. He said if I walk to a restaurant and the door is filthy, I'm not walking in that restaurant. Well, Washington D.C. is the door to the United States of America.
Mm-hmm. That's
so
right.
If Washington D.C. is filthy, the country's filthy. That's a strong statement, and that's how I totally feel about it.
Yeah.
And good for him for doing it. And did he flex? Fuck yeah, he flexed. That's what he does. But he flexes and he gets shit done.
Yeah.
So I support it. I think it's a good idea.
That Washington Metro is the crown jewel of that city in a way. I mean, that's like of all subway systems around the country, that one always has had the reputation for being the safest, the cleanest. And to hear that it made you feel less than secure, that's a statement, because that's
Tom. When we were at the NA, we were on that metro all the time.
All the time.
It was not a night during. It was. I'm telling you, it's different now. And what's different too, what people have to realize is, when you have a state legislation, when you have a state legislative body, most states, even in your blue states, there's some sort of conservative representation, right?
Yep.
There's going to be some conservative representation because that can help stop some of this nonsense. Well, look at DC. The city council there is no state governing body. The city council is to me the most powerful city council in America, because they're creating laws. They're not, their city ordinances are they're the state, it's the state law. It's in DC.
right.
Well, I promise you, there is zero conservative representation on that city council. So that's why it's gotten to where it is.
That's a pretty safe bet.
Oh, absolutely. And then I'm literally I got Fox News on as we're podcasting, and they're saying that the Democrats have 34% of approval rate of what their party is right now.
You mean their own constituents are giving them a 34%?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually high. It was as low as in the low 20s. I mean, that's still very low.
Right.
But I mean, if you look, I've noticed here lately on some of the, I flip around YouTube occasionally here to look at what some of the other viewpoints are from Fox, because I'm pretty much always on Fox. And it's amazing how a lot of these quote unquote legacy media outlets are starting to come around and give Trump credit for things and make arguments. There's one guy on CNN that he's their stat guy, and he keeps talking about, first he was showing how low the Democrats have gotten as far as their approval ratings, and he was talking about like the different things that Trump has done and how the beneficial sides of all these different things. And it's nice to finally see somebody telling the truth and saying, okay, this guy, he's got it. He understands. He's doing right.
And I guarantee you, it hurts their fucking souls to see exactly what's happening right now.
Yep. Well, some of their panelists are still doubling down. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe you say that.
Exactly.
Before I play the next video, let me give you a little background on the current Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Chief, Chief Pamela Smith. So this tells you everything. When this is the first sentence, she was appointed by Mayor Muriel Bowser and made history as the first Black woman to hold that position. So that's what it's about. That's all it's about. This is a total DEI. She's soon rolled up becoming the interim chief. You know what she was before that?
I'm afraid to ask.
She was
Me too.
hired in 2023 as the assistant chief of the chief equity officer.
Oh,
What on earth is a chief equity officer? What the fuck does that even mean? Why is that even a position? And y'all know what she did?
It's a CEO.
Yeah. So chief, yeah. Why is that even a position? Y'all know what she was before she went to work for the Metropolitan Police Department? She was a career United States Park Police officer. And she was the chief of the Park Police. Now, I will say this. The DC, Park Police, everybody thinks of a park ranger. Tom, and Jason, I'm sure you've been to DC. It's different because the parks are all the monuments. They do have a little more experience, but being in federal law enforcement and being of a municipal police chief is totally different. I'm sure there was better, but that first sentence said it all. First black woman police chief.
Yep.
And I've said this on y'all show, Jason, and I've said this on some videos and on this show. It seems like every time there's a problem in a city, there is now my statement has been there's a white liberal woman in charge. Well, this one now is a black liberal woman, but I'm not saying that there are not good women police chief. I can't remember her name, Tom. She was the chief, and she came and spoke to us when we were at the academy. She's now the head of security for the NFL. You want to talk about it?
Wasn't she NYPD?
She
Black
may
female?
have been. No, she white female. She was tall. She was the chief 15 years ago. She's now the head of security for the NFL. Let me tell you what, she's fucking legit.
Yeah.
But it's these liberal police chiefs like y'all have in Cincinnati, like Jason's Annie in New Orleans, like what they have it in New York right now, which she's not terrible, but it's not a coincidence.
That's how she always looks.
Yeah. Am I frozen?
No. That's
Okay.
that's the face she always makes, the New York.
Yeah. So it's not a coincidence that every time it seems like all these cities are ran by liberal women police chiefs.
Yeah, and I will say this. I think it even goes beyond that. It's the policies of the cities. I mean, like Cincinnati used to be a very conservative city overall, but their city council here has always typically been, left leaning, and they just can't get out of their own way. I mean, I've followed it because I grew up in Cincinnati and kind of had an interest in it, but I have never seen a place where they can't get out of their own way. They're so poorly adapted to leadership and running a government. And even when Cincinnati was very red, the downtown Cincinnati was always a joke because no matter who you had as a police chief or who was in charge, you still had this, bumbling, doofus group of people that couldn't get anything done correctly,
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, as long as I've been alive, that's what I remember.
Sad.
I'm going to play this next video. So
after the video, I'm going to bring something up that I saw something you posted, Tom.
Okay.
So you would think that, and this is what really gets me, is the citizens of Washington, D.C., black, white, whatever race, should be just thanking Trump, especially the black citizens. Because if you look at the statistics, the crime who's getting killed the most? Young black men.
Yep.
So this is not this. So Trump is doing something to protect.
And by who? In any major city.
Yeah, and by being killed by young black men.
Yep.
So you would think that the residents of DC would be thanking Trump and would be all now be Trumpsters. But as we'll see in this video,
not allowed.
That's really, yeah, that's not accurate. Let's see.
You know, of all the cultures I dealt with as a police officer in 34 years, only one group of people consistently didn't see anything and refused to get involved. And that's the public line. Behind, you know, the black community will talk to the police one-on-one. You know what I mean? You pass out business cards at the scene of a crime and somebody will call you.
I'm gonna play this one. Is it up on screen? Because it
Yep.
was giving me a little problem.
This is not about crime. This is about control.
Fake news.
We've been here before when the National Guards was deployed on us in 2020. We've been here before when the National Guards was deployed on us during Martin Luther King. We've been here before during the Civil Rights time when they came to D.C. 30 years ago. So just know this fight is continuous, and I believe that we will win.
Went down to the White House.
DC is a city of free thought, and this announcement today is a clear attack on free thought. But hear me out, y'all. This attack right now is a test, right? It's a test. If they can strip the autonomy of the capital city, of a major city like Washington, D.C. in broad daylight, if they can place us under military control without our consent, they will carry this playbook to every community that dares to push back in the United States of America. We must link arms together here and across this nation to say, we're not going to be occupied. We will not be erased. We will not let our streets become the proving ground for some dictator. This is our city. This is our home.
All right, I have multiple things to say to that.
Give it to us. I'm ready.
All right, so A, you don't have control for one. You don't. I love his vigor. I love like what he's trying to do and like trying to like say this is our town. But guess what? That motherfucker in the red hat was the first one to bitch about some gangbanger 3 blocks down the road from where they may have been protesting. Yeah, if he gets mugged, if he gets shot, he's the first one. Fuck off. You don't. It's they're calling him a dictator. No, guess what? Read the fucking Constitution, you dumb fuck.
Well, they are the dumbest group.
I just get super fucking animated about this because you hate it. You hate it when other black men get killed in your town.
Well, do they hate it because you don't ever hear them talk about it?
Well, I mean,
I know they do, but I'm saying that's never an issue. Black lives only matter when it's a white.
They're like, oh man, there's too much killing. There's too much killing. There's too much hate. This and that. But then all of a sudden now you're saying, "Oh, this dictator." Well, fuck you. No, he's actually going to put a fucking stop to it. He can't do it in Chicago, which we talked about earlier. He can't do it in Chicago. He can't do it in Cincinnati. He can't do it anywhere else. But he can do it in the District of Columbia because it's called a district.
Right.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Well,
I hate fucking ignorant people. Guys.
Well, they're probably the most. This group, Jason, is probably the most ignorant group I've ever seen. Because look at what they're saying. So they're comparing it to. They're acting like Trump's bringing in the National Guard to break up their protest, to break up their rally, and their stance. That's totally different. He's bringing in the National Guard to clean up your streets and protect you, bunch of goofy, dumb, ignorant motherfuckers.
They're there to back up Metro DC police, and they're probably going to be more used for security function than patrol function.
Yeah, they're going to be. They're probably going to be stationed.
They're not writing tickets. They're not doing this. They're just securing.
They're not making traffic stops.
I guarantee you that if you go there, and I'd love it.
Ever buy a Humvee?
I wish I could go to DC right now because I'd love to see how it's going. I guarantee if you went to DC next week.
Well, fuck, you're retired. Go.
You're right. I might just do it.
You got all that retired money. Go.
Yeah, but yeah, hey, I might just do it. But I'd love to go just to see what the. I guarantee you the metro is probably where most of them are going to be.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
guarantee you they're going to
Yeah.
use the National Guard, Tom, and probably
Very good
secure them.
point.
That's what I would do if I was in charge of that.
Yeah.
Because first thing is,
Uh-oh.
Do you vapor lock?
He vapor locked.
He vapor locked. Holy shit.
That's the first time I think he's vapor locked.
How would all right again? Well, until he reconglomerates internet wise, how would you? Let's just hypothetically say DeWine said, "I'm bringing National Guard into Springdale." Or shit, fuck I said.
all right,
No,
I'm back.
you got to stand by, Jimmy. We got one going here. Go ahead, Jason.
You as a chief, you're being told, "All right, I'm bringing these guys in because you can't control your shit."
Yeah.
Where
How would I react to that?
like where? How would you react, and where would you put them?
Well, I think what I would do in a place like Springdale, first of all, I would get out in front of the story on the news and say we are partnering with the National Guard because we have an out of control crime problem in which, X, Y, Z, whatever, for whatever reason, we haven't been able to get a handle on it, whether it's staffing or whether it's surge and crime, whatever it might be. I would be up there standing there vocally in partnership with whoever was coming in to help me out and not being, partisan and not being like, because to me, the way I look at it is if we succeed through the additional use of the National Guard, that means the National Guard looks good. That means Springdale Police looks good. That means I look good. That means our city looks good. It's a win-win for everybody. Why would I want to go against that unless I'm an egomaniac that only cares about me?
Oh, dude.
Oh, now it's our show.
We lost him. We lost him. All right. So welcome to one more of them out here. All right. So it's Jason Kiefer and Tom Wells. He'll be back in here in a second. But no, I mean, it's very interesting because watching how that police chief reacted and then pushed it to the mayor, and the mayor's pissed off. And then if you read the articles, and I fact checked it a couple different times, couple different places. I'm sorry, Fox News, CNN, where the mayor of District of Columbia is pissed.
Yeah,
completely. She's furious, and she asked her attorneys to be able to block this. And it's like the attorneys know.
Yeah, they do. Well, it makes you wonder too. Like, I would like to, at least I hope, like you're using the example with me and Governor DeWine, I'd like to think that whoever you're like in this case with Trump in DC, that he reached out through his people and said to the DC authorities, we're coming in and here's why we're doing it. And here's what we're going to do. And we're going to hold a press conference about it. Honestly, if I were him, I would have probably met with them first because he's very good at getting deals with people. He's very good at that. If personally, what I would have done was reached out to them, sat down with them in a closed door meeting, told them, here's what my intentions are. What concerns do you have? Let's get on the same page here. And then I would have held a press conference with them to announce this. I would not have announced it by myself like he did and then have them respond to it like they're like, huh? You know what I mean? That looked bad, I thought.
Yeah.
And especially as savvy as he is with so many things, I was a little surprised that he didn't do it that way.
And I agree. And you and I we're both in alignment with Donald J. Trump. But yeah, he definitely could have handled that better. But also the fact that the mayor was like, well, the mayor didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like how the laws work, how that should.
Well, it could be too that he knew that the reaction from them was going to be bad, and that he figured instead of standing up there getting into an argument, let him just announce it and then let the chips fall where they may. That could be too.
Just do it and figure it out. I mean, again, he's not running for another term. So
right.
What does he care? He's like, fuck it, I'm fixing this shit.
Yes. James, in your absence, we realized we had a great show going. We really don't need you. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
please continue with your point from before.
I should have let you go. So I totally lost Wi-Fi at my house. So now I'm on my phone. But I'll finish what just what I was saying with the metro. You know, the big thing about deterrent and enforcement is presence. So anyone that so many people use the metro, that's what I would do. I would lock the metro down with the National Guard
Couldn't agree more.
and lock all your major places. And what that would to me,
I've only been there one time, and I
really,
was
okay.
literally there for like 12 hours. So like I'm not super familiar like you guys are, but I just know the where I traversed, you know, the major stations, yes, absolutely. But where I traversed, like I still did not feel safe
Yeah.
on the internal.
Yeah.
Well, like how Jimmy put it before, I mean, it's all about, where the DC is the face of the country, and if the front door is filthy, I love that example. That was great.
That's perfect.
Oh, it's 100% is what it is, and
Oh,
I think
Tyler,
it.
I see chats.
Oh, hey Tyler, we're having some technical problems, but I think we're good right now. But
We're
I
both on our cell phones.
I can't since I'm on my phone now, not on my computer. There's a couple other. I don't have the articles, but there's a couple other things before we. I want to bring up, and I'm sure that this comes as a shock. Just change the subject. This comes as a shock, I'm sure, to y'all, like it does me.
Shoot,
Uh,
shoot me what arcos you were thinking of, and I'll try to grab them
let's see. I'll
if you can.
Well, I think I'm screwing up. Man, you know I'm not that bright, Jason. Come on.
But you know what they were.
Yeah.
I can Google the
Oh,
shit out of anything.
yeah. Jasmine Crockett's staff telling how much a tyrant she is.
I did see that. Not surprised at all. And also not surprised that apparently they did a little research into her and she hasn't really accomplished anything, and neither has Mamdani.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Tom, because that's my point in this whole thing. What we have to do better as American voters is, and I'm glad they spilled they spilled all the tea on this one. She doesn't go to work. She is absolutely a tyrant to her staff. She does nothing. She stays home most of the time.
In quotes, Diva Crockett slammed in scathing report.
That's the one I had. Yep, that's the
All
one
right,
I
well,
had.
guess what, sir? This is what happens when we learn how to do shit.
So she and it's not just her, and it's not just Democrats.
I need you to click it on your phone though, then, because it's
Okay,
down.
all right. Well, where'd you send? Were you sending it to me?
That's it's shared. It's shared in the.
Here we go.
You're in control. So
Well,
Democrats
that.
are comparing
there it
Crockett's
is.
combative style to arson. Ooh, here's what that sounds like.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Only thing hot about him is that he is a hot man.
We'll stop it before we talk. Once it got pulled up.
Did I hit the wrong one?
No. You're good. No, you're good. It's just once it gets pulled up, then it starts playing. But
Gotcha.
after we can have some discussion beforehand.
Here we go.
Because I can control that part once you allow me in.
I got you.
But yeah. So Diva Crockett slammed in scathing report alleging toxic staff environment. I can only imagine how toxic that fucking environment was.
Oh, it's unbelievable. But here's the Tom
And these
had.
motherfuckers want her as one of the front runners on their side. I'm like, please do.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. Can you imagine her? I've said this before. Her and JD Vance in a debate.
Oh my gosh.
Does that we saw what he did to Walls.
Yeah.
What do you think he would do to her?
Slice and dice.
Yeah. So, and this is not just a problem on the Democrat side. It is more on the Democrat side than on the Republican side. And it sounds like tonight, after what I said about the police chiefs, it sounds like I'm picking on women, but it seems like it's the women in Congress are the worst ones. It's not they think they get elected and they're not there to legislate, they're not there to govern, they're there to be social media influencers. And that has really got to stop. And the only way that it stops is that the American voter wises up
Mhm.
and sees what they're doing. Her staff, Jason will let you play it in a second, but her staff is right. That's what she's doing. She is not there to govern. She's there for for clicks and likes and for branding. And that's not what governs a nation.
Yeah, and I would say, I don't know how many women legislators there are in the Congress, but I would say there's probably well over. I mean, there's probably hundreds, and you don't hear about any of them because they're doing their jobs. You hear about Jasmine Crockett and AOC and the squad because all they want to do is be loudmouth. Look at me, put the light on me. Let me get all the attention, and look what a farce they are.
And you can have so on the Republican side, Nancy Mace is flirting that line. I think that Lauren Boebert kind of flirts the line. Now, there's nobody more vocal than Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, I don't agree with her on a lot of stuff, but I will tell you this: she's not trying to brand. She really is out there working, and
Right?
she's just got some hard stances. It's you can be vocal, but what does crock of shit say that is actual of substance? She says nothing of
Nothing.
substance.
I love when you call her crock of shit.
That's all I know her by now,
It
Jason.
makes
That's
me
it.
it makes me giggle every time I hear it.
But
But
you ever hear Jason? You ever hear her say of anything substance?
no, absolutely not. And and in this article it says several congressional aides who worked for or with Crockett told the New York Post this week that Crockett, 44, described the firebrand congresswoman as rude and rarely present in Washington D.C. office, except when the cameras are rolling. She,
Mhm.
and in quotes, she is laying around her apartment, won't come into the office, and is really just indifferent to the staff and will scream at them. Seems like
And
a boss I want to work for.
yeah.
That seems right. You,
Hey,
that video is pretty long, so it really doesn't matter
yeah.
playing the video. But I mean, how dumb? Like she knows exactly how fucking. But I say she knows. She should know.
Well, she should know she doesn't because all she cares about, she's not worried about how she looks. She's not worried about how she comes across. She's just worried about, there he is, about making a name for herself. And, while we're on the subject of people like her and the rudeness, what is up with this whole new cussing thing that all the liberals are doing now? Like somehow this makes them tough. I think they think that if they start cussing, that people will look at them like, well, they're tough like Donald Trump. No, you're
And
not.
it's
You sound like a rude asshole. I cuss. It doesn't bother me that we cuss on this podcast. A totally different, situation. When you're on TV representing the United States and you say that fucking asshole, that's just wrong. I don't care if you can disagree with Trump all you want. I respect that, but you're not going to stand out there in public on my dime and say fucking asshole on TV. I'm not having it.
well, Tom, they're trying to brand themselves as that, but do y'all notice how it's not authentic when Trump says it or any of the Republicans say it? It's very authentic. It rolls off like when I say
Mhm.
it's natural. It's roll
Right.
off. I
Well,
say it a lot,
well,
but
Trump has slipped
they
a couple
it's
times
so
and said,
fake, man. It's so
yes,
fake for them.
yeah.
I love the fact that he said they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Like James said, that was authentic. I mean, I was a little taken aback that he said it, but he was frustrated at that moment, and it was real. It wasn't the stage BS that the other ones do.
Right.
But
And
yeah,
they're not
exactly what
on
it
a
is,
station
Tom.
that us three are on. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're sitting here just spitballing and
Right.
throwing frustrations out. But yeah, there is a level of decorum that you should be having.
Right.
And to James fact, Nancy Mace, she's flirting it because I like her. I really,
I do
really
too.
do
I
like
do
her.
too.
But I'm like, girl, just I need you. You're at a 10. I need you at like a fucking 8.
Yeah.
If you give me an 8, I'm good with that, and I'll roll with it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, kind of the same thing. You're at a 10.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Marjorie Taylor Greene fan,
I'm not either.
but I don't hate her, but
Mhm.
I'm not against her. But it's like one of those, like, just shut the fuck up.
Well, she's not there to. What my point is with her is whether you agree with the substance that she says, she is
Oh,
talking in substance, and
yes.
she's not there for political. She's not there to be an influencer.
Well,
She's there to disrupt.
she's not being political. She's not being
No,
political at all.
no.
She's saying her truth, which okay, I'm good with that. Completely good with that.
Yeah.
But
Did we
we
lose
hit
Tom
this.
again?
Yeah, I think we lost Tom for a second. But I mean, we hit this point, James, where there are so many. I feel like there's so many irons in the fire between what's going on in DC right now. Cincinnati has been a national fucking spotlight. I'm not trying to pull it to Cincinnati.
Mhm.
I'm literally looking at Fox News where Dana White being interviewed. Fight night comes to the White House, which I love. I think that's a great fucking idea. Just do it. Why not? Because it's never happened before. We're allowed to do things that have never happened before. But what's frustrating is you have these leaders. Oh, now you're doubled up.
I should be. Yeah, I just should be on one in a minute.
It'll come through.
Oh God. Well, that looks pretty dumb.
Well, you look good on both of them.
How the hell do I get this one off? Let's see. Yeah, remove that goofy motherfucker from the stage.
And there you go. But no, like you have so many dumb fucking leaders, and you being in leadership, and Tom. That's why I love coming on this, because you guys have been in those upper echelons of organizations and knowing how things work. And when we see shit like this, like what happened in New Orleans, and
Mhm.
as you say, my aunt,
Yeah.
which
Oh, Annie.
she actually kind of looks like my aunt, kind of sort of. But then you have DC's police chief. Is that a kick? Is that a kick in the? Oh, I almost said it. Kick in the nuts, but
Yeah.
I was going to say something else. Began with a C, but as a police chief, and then all of a sudden you just push it off to the mayor. That's bullshit.
There we go.
No, I agree with that.
He's back with that shitty towel behind him.
I've been backstage for several minutes trying to get through. I'm like, I don't know what happened there. It just dropped out, and then
Yeah, I think it was on your show. I know it was on your show tonight, but I think it was Jason that said this, and he's 100% right. That all this that's happening, if you peel that onion back, it's leadership. Everything, every success, every failure, and right now we have a lot of failures in this country, and it comes back to one thing: is leadership. And it comes back, and I say this a lot too. The one thing it comes back to is the American voter. And the American voter has to do a better job at investigating their candidate. And there's so much I could talk about because I was involved in this. And to brag on myself a little bit, I was pretty good at. I could make a sack of shit look like a fucking hero as a political candidate, and I was pretty good at that. So I know the back end of that. Y'all have got to do a better American voter. We, not y'all, we have to do a better job of investigating our candidates and see what they really are. And I'm so glad that somebody came out against and exposed crock of shit like they did, because that's exactly right. And the sad thing is, that's not an isolated person, an isolated incident. There's a lot of people at every level of government, every level of elected officials that is happening with.
Well, and it's something that frustrates me on our podcast, and not frustrates like in a bad way, but Andrew Pappas likes to bring everything here local. So our podcast has been around for a while, and we go. Not that we're huge, but we have listeners that are in California, Alaska,
Yep.
Minnesota, wherever. They don't give a shit what's happening in Cincinnati or Anderson unless it's the stuff that's happening hitting national, right?
Yep.
But we bring that up, we talk about it. But I do agree with Andrew in the fact that elections have consequences.
Very much, yeah.
That's a phrase that has been it's been out there forever. And if you don't start at your school board first, and then you go to your, whether it's a village council, city council, township trustees, whatever, everything mounts up from there, because that's where school board's where you get your you get your start, period. Jill wanted to run for school board. I'm like, probably not a good idea. I was going to run for school board. And she's like, probably not a good idea. There's a lot of skeletons in those closets that could potentially be really, really bad. Maybe not. I don't know. Like, it's just everybody's got a skeleton somewhere.
Well, some people have skeletons. I have a graveyard, so I didn't run for office.
Right. But I mean, these motherfuckers get, they get ruthless, especially at the local level.
The local level is the worst.
As you move up, you're like, all right, well, I already jumped that one. Okay, cool. Now I can go here.
What are you going to say now? We've been through all this. What are you going to say now?
Right. We've already talked about it. Done. But, as far as a household, I was like, Jill, I'll support you, whatever you want to do. If you want to run, go do it.
I could see her being good at it.
I think she would absolutely kill it. But she was like, I'm going to wait a little bit. Okay, cool. I'm not doing shit until I retire.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait.
That's when the fun begins.
I got 2 years and like 3 months or whatever it is. I'll wait. But then I'll run.
So here's what I would tell people, and it may be the same thing with you and maybe with Jill too. When, I got talked to a lot about, about running for sheriff, and what I would tell people is, I think I would be a good sheriff, but I also think I'd be a terrible political candidate. And unfortunately, you have to be a political candidate before you can be that. So you might be, Jason, you might would be, or Jill might would be a great school board member. But what kind of political candidate would you be? I could see myself at one of these debates or one of these forums just beating the fuck out of somebody, Then what happens? Then what do we do here,
Then your political career's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I already worked in the realm of small town politics, and I realized that I was not good with it. Now, where I live now, and Tommy, I'm in Anderson, so I don't care say where I'm at. It's not small town, but dude, this shit is fucking. I watch all of it. It is amazing. It's like popcorn each day, and then you just feed yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like that everywhere. It's the same thing here.
It's so gross, like, to watch all the bullshit.
Gross is a good word. Gross is a really good word.
Yeah,
it's like the ick that gets on you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. You guys have at it. Now I'll sit here and watch, and then I'll chime in. Click, send some Facebook fucking messages or whatever. But it's just so dumb. But with the leadership, you have to have people that are strong. And I feel like where I live, we have strong people that are rerunning, which is great.
Good.
I know, Tom, you just moved out to Mount Orab, so you're watching, and you're small town versus Anderson.
Yeah.
But
we've got like 4,000 people here.
But you're watching, you're watching, and you're going to make sure that the town that you're living in is keeping all of their, their P's and Q's
right.
together.
I've already cultivated a very strong relationship with the local police chief, which is good.
Good.
Starting to learn the ins and outs about here.
Well, before
you and I do need to. We need to figure out. I'll shoot you a text tomorrow. Okay. We do need to figure out. We'll do either a lunch or dinner date.
Okay, that'd be great.
Well, before we close tonight,
women are involved. For anybody that's listening, women are involved. It's not just me and Tom.
Yeah, it was a little weird. I wasn't gonna ask.
I clarified, motherfucker.
Yeah. The fact that you had to clarify is also a problem. But
maybe it is, maybe it's not.
But hey, who am I to judge? So, Tommy, you got anything in closing? Anything?
Yeah, how about a shout out for Dean Cain, the Superman who's joining ICE to help defend our country?
That might be my fucking retirement job. I might be an ICE agent.
I tell you what, I saw that $50,000 sign bonus. I was like, maybe railroading is not for me.
Yeah. I think it's. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. With all the bullshit despite all the bullshit going on right now, what an awesome time to be a fucking American.
Mm-hmm. Feels great.
Really is.
My stocks are doing all right.
It's just a great time to be an American. It's just
we're
the things
keeping the country safe.
Yeah.
I mean, what is not to like?
Yeah. Yep. It's really been an amazing 7 months, and I can only imagine what the next 3.
It's hard to believe. I know it really is hard to believe.
Jason, what do y'all have going on? I know you had a show tonight. When's y'all's next one?
Our next one is Friday. It's gonna be Friday evening, between 4 and 6.
Y'all been a little more active here lately. Well, I mean, I know y'all had a couple. You went on vacation, and then Dan just came back from vacation, and Pappas is always hopping on somewhere.
Rode the bike to Texas, so I was gone for a week and a half.
Oh yeah,
and then Dan was gone. So, but yeah, we're keeping at it. That's all you got to do.
That's good. You kind of have to, man, because news is travel is just. I mean, if you're doing a show a week, and I try to, I do a TikTok a day. If you miss a day, you done miss so much news. You done miss so many things because you can't wait till the next. You can't wait till the next day, man.
Yeah, the news cycle is fucking crazy. The way you TikTok though, like I need to get better at it. For one more, I need to get better at just putting shit out there. We have a channel, but I just don't put anything. But
yeah, y'all are doing really good with your shorts. Your shorts are coming up on YouTube for me all the time. So y'all are doing really good with the shorts that you're creating. So you do have a lot of content that's going out there. But when I originally texted y'all 2 days ago about doing a show tonight, we were going to talk about something totally different.
Yeah.
And then when this DC, this to me is just such a big deal, and it's such a hot topic, and it's something that we can all talk pretty educated about. I changed to that, but that's how it is. If you miss a day, your things are changing.
That's true.
Hey, can I throw a shout out? Do you mind?
Yeah, please do.
So our buddy Eric Tanzi.
Yeah.
His book is getting ready to be released August 26th.
I have it waiting. Every time I look at my Amazon account, it shows that it'll be shipped here on the 26th.
Yeah. So Pig Latin, a seriously funny true story. It's good. It's fantastic. I would encourage anybody that listens to James McGee or I throw it out on ours as well, but he's fucking awesome. The police stories, but also I think there's bigger things down the pike with this.
Good for him.
Get in.
I'll listen to his show, and I like him a lot, and I think I'm I definitely wish him the best. He seems like a guy that deserves it.
He'll be at the wedding. We're making sure we put you and him at the same table.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I definitely. That's going to be awesome. Yeah.
I think Dexter picked RSVP too, so you'll be with him too. So,
well, good. Well, I don't know if the reason why I'm dieting down right now. I don't know if Jill told you, but she asked me to be at the flower girl. So. So I'm trying to fit my, I identify as a 5-year-old girl, so I'm trying to fit into my dress. So that's why I'm dieting down this month.
I'm going to send you guys a picture of a guy that I saw on the Amtrak train trip I went on the other day. You will not believe it. You talk about you'll see.
You'll see.
Unbelievable.
You can't even describe it, Tommy.
It's a 20-year-old male dressed like a 6-year-old girl.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm like, what is this guy doing out in public?
Well, good deal. We need to let you.
You'll have it here in just a second.
Okay, so we need to let you get back to your future bride while you still have a future bride.
That's right. That's a fact.
Thanks for everybody joining us, and until next time, McGee, Kiefer, and Wells are out.